Okay.
All right, so it's Tuesday, February 31st, and this week we have Heather Costello um, sharing how she's grown her Instagram account by a couple thousand over this last year. And what's funny is when I asked her to do this call, she was like, I haven't even really been intentionally doing it. So that means she's doing things that are very easy to duplicate, which means that if each of us kind of incorporate them into our business, I'm sure we'll all see that kind of growth. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you, my dear.
Okay. So Sabrina, Michelle, and Allison, I don't know if you guys know, it automatically stops your videos right now when you sign on. So if you want us to see you, you got to hit the video in the lower left corner. Okay, so yeah, so I was going to start with that because actually the same thing. When Nicole had asked me to do this, I was like, I got nothing because I really don't put much time and thought into it. But the more I thought about it, I have been doing things, and it's just that it's just become so natural at this point that it doesn't even take any time. So it's very duplicatable, very easy. So I'm going to go over 5 different things. So first I'll talk about posting. Then I will talk about Facebook and connecting to Instagram. Actually, 2 and 3, I'm going to talk about 2 different things with Facebook connecting to Instagram. Fourth is how to switch to a business account, and then just useful apps and websites that I use. So, all right, so posting. So that's the first thing. So basically, I post more on my Instagram than I do on my Facebook. So I always try to post at least a couple times a day on Facebook. I do have a like page, so I'll post the same exact stuff on my Facebook and on my like page. And then I'll post some extra stuff on Instagram. So a lot more, I'm going to show you my Instagram in a little bit, but a lot more food type of things, food and fitness for the most part. So I recommend if you're just starting out with Instagram, or if you've had it for a while, but it's just kind of random and you don't know what to post, think about maybe 3 to 5 different themes. So I always do something about Taco Tuesday. Either I'll post something like a picture, a recipe, or just even like a funny thing about tacos. Like one week I said, there was just a thing that I made up that said, you cannot please everybody, you are not a taco. So just like little things like that. So I'll do random acts of fitness. That's what I do on my Facebook page as well. Morning mantra, some kind of a lesson that I might have learned from my personal development. I'll do Sunday reflections. So I have these different themes that I do, and that kind of helps with, and then invite stuff as well. So that kind of helps with just knowing what to post. And there's some great sneaky ways to post stuff when you don't know what to post that I'll show you as well. And you just steal posts from other people and just give them credit. All right. So connecting the two between Facebook and Instagram. So probably you have a lot more friends on your Facebook than you have followers on Instagram. That's how it started for me initially, and then it just flip-flopped, and now I have a lot more followers on Instagram than I have friends on Facebook. And so there's a couple different ways that I did that. So the first way, first what I did was I switched to a business account. So I went from a personal account to a business account. I think you have to have a Facebook like page to do that. So do all of you, who has a Facebook like page? Okay, most people. So I'll show you how you can do that first. So let me see. I'm going to share my screen. This takes a minute because I'm going to share my phone screen. So this takes a little bit longer. So hold on one sec. Okay. Can you guys all see my screen? Okay. All right, so let me go into my Instagram. Okay. So, all right. Well, actually, let me just talk about what I'll go back to posting first. So what I try to do here with my posts are just keep it colorful and switch it up between food and, invites and the random acts of fitness. Oh, here's like my taco thing for today. So I'll just do like a lot of different colorful things throughout. And I'll always do, I'll do like some kind of a video or a picture. I'll show you how to create that. And then if I ever do, like I went live on Facebook. So I just talked about that, how I was live on Facebook. I have a link at the top to my Facebook page. So if you keep it kind of colorful and interesting, for one, people are definitely going to want to follow you. They're going to, if you like and comment on their stuff and they look on your page and there's lots of stuff to look at, they see that, like right up here that you're posting a lot, they'll probably most likely follow you. Always put here, something about you that's what's going to attract somebody to you. What do you do? What do you have to offer? If you have a Snapchat. Actually, I just changed this. This is my website. I had my Facebook my like page on there so people could click on that. You can only do one link. When you switch to a business account, it will say this is how you get the public figure thing up there, because my like page is, I'm listed as a public figure. So how you do that is you go up to the little settings button. And so see right here where it says switch back to a personal account. So that if you don't already have a business account, it'll say something like switch to business account. And I think it's going to ask you to link your Facebook page to that. So that's all you have to do for that. And then, all right, let me unshare for a minute. Okay. So once you set up that and you kind of get some posts done and you have your stuff set up initially, what I did was I went over to Facebook, and you're probably in a bunch of different groups already because you're forming relationships with people. So what I'll do every once in a while is go into one of the groups that I'm every so often posting in, and I'll just say something like, oh, hey guys, I just wanted some new inspiration for some Instagram accounts. I wanted to know if you could post your Instagram below, and here's mine. And I'll just put my Instagram name there, and then that usually gets tons of traction. And plus you get like random people to talk to as well, new people to friend request and chat with. So I usually will just start a feed like that, and tons of people want to leave their Instagram accounts, and you'll end up getting a lot of followers that way. So that's one way. Another thing is a website that is gold. It's not free, but it's pretty cheap. I'm going to share my screen again. So this website is called Instagress, and I feel like it makes it so easy for you. It's like cheating. It pretty much is your personal assistant. So what Instagress does is you pay for it for, 3 days, 10 days, 30 days, a year, whatever you want to do. It's a tax write-off, and it will like and comment for you, but you set up the types of comments you want and on what types of pages you want to comment on. So you can see my thing here. So I actually I had to reset my account here, my password, because I haven't been on Instagress in probably 6 months. It's just been running for me. You can see my activity time is 159 days. I haven't logged in since then. So in that time, you can see I have done a lot. I've liked 269,000 different posts on Instagram. I've commented on almost 62,000 posts. So it just basically does the work for you. It is so easy. So instead of me sitting on Instagram all day, because I spend most of my time on Facebook, I don't really spend a ton of time on Instagram, but this does all the work for me as if I'm doing nothing but sitting on Instagram all day. So you have all these different settings you can set up. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. So these comments are the only comments right here that that this will comment for me. So, and you can switch, you could do whatever you want for comments. And then down here for tags, so all of these tags these are the only people that hashtag these. Not everybody, but like, if you did, for example, paleo in one of your posts, you might get a like and a comment from me that says love it or nice or whatever. So it's not actually me that's doing it. It's Instagress that's doing it for me, but it's only on these tags. So you just want to be careful. You want to check at first, and you want to make sure that you are, you can look in your settings on Instagram and see what you're liking and commenting on. I can go back and show you that. So initially, I just wanted to make sure that Instagress was liking and commenting on appropriate pictures, and which they were. And so now I don't even really check it anymore. Once this is set up, then it just does all the work for you. And it's kind of funny because you'll get, let me go back. You'll end up getting in your notifications a ton of people that are saying, thank you so much. And you don't even know what they're thanking you for. So, because you're being nice by commenting on all their stuff. So I find that a ton of followers are coming from that because I'm so active in liking and commenting, and people are then going to my page and liking and commenting back and following me. So I think I probably get more followers than anything from Instagress. I will then go back and I still will personally engage. So when I see that, people are commenting on my stuff, I'll like and comment back. I'll always I don't respond to any kind of spam type stuff, but a lot of people will kind of say, oh, I noticed your post on this. Can you give me more information? And then I'll often just send them, get them over to Facebook after that. Cause I don't really do well with the messages in Instagram. And I just do better in Facebook Messenger or email. So once I start communicating with somebody on Messenger, on Instagram, then I'll take them off of Instagram. So, all right. So let me see. Any questions so far on that stuff, on Instagress or the settings, setting up anything? Let me just check the chat. Oh, what is the advantage of converting your Instagram account? So if you do it, you have to be public. You're probably all public anyways, but if you're on a business account, it has to be a public account. But if you're set up as, probably a lot of us are set up as public figures, so it shows you as a public figure, and it will link your Facebook like page or your website back to that. So it just gives you another level of professionalism on your Instagram account.
Heather,
yes.
Can I chime in for 1 second?
Yep.
So with the tags, guys, for Instagress, if you guys are going to use that, it's an awesome and very cheap tool you can use. Just make sure you pick and choose, experiment with your different hashtags or your tags that you use, because you want them to be relevant to your brand. So those are all really relevant to Heather's brand and the content she's putting out there. She puts a lot of food, she puts a lot of, random acts of fitness. So she's using hashtags that people are going to be relating to her on that. So make sure you do some hashtag research first. For me, I do a lot of travel, I do a lot of nature, I do a lot of positivity, I do a lot of hiking. So you want it to fit into your life and people that you have similarities with. And it doesn't just have to be fitness related. You actually want it to be hobbies as well. So think about what your hobbies are and then go on some searches that way, because that's where you're going to find people that are similar to you. And there can be some horror stories initially if you have bad hashtags. I was trying to do some for dogs because I'm a dog mom, and they were liking some really naughty photos. And then it was showing up in my notifications that I was liking all these girls' butts. So just initially you want to experiment with it and find the hashtags that work for you. And once you find them, it's gold. But yeah, originally some of my friends thought I was a creep. All right.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Do you have to have a business page, or can you kind of just mesh yourself, break it up so you're like business, something about you, blah, 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 blah. And also, as far as hashtagging, do you just throw random stuff in there that doesn't even relate to like what you're putting in there? Is that, I guess, is the hashtagging just relating to you as a person?
I do both. So, well, first for the business thing, when I set it up as a business account, I think it just automatically asked for my Facebook like page. So I'm not sure if you can do it another way. I do now have my website in there instead of my
like page.
My like page. So I assume you could. I think you do need another kind of a page though.
Okay. And then when you hashtag, like Nicole was saying, so you're like, you go from like hiking to dog to this to that, like. So
it depends on the picture. So like, if you're doing a picture of hiking, you do more like hashtag get outdoors or, best day ever, things like that. If you're doing a recipe, it might be like, Whole30 approved or paleo dinner, something like that. Or if it's like a coach thing, it might say join me or hashtag goal digger or, for fitness, it might be progress, not perfection, weight loss journey. Sometimes I'll just throw in random things. Like I do hashtag, do you read my hashtags? Like right in the middle. I'll just do kind of a mix of different things. Actually, I'll pull up again, when I pull up one of my pictures, I'll just show you an example of because I'll put in a lot. That's actually a good point, because that's another way that I'll usually put at least 10 hashtags, maybe 15 for every picture. And I've heard on trainings in the past, and I don't know why, I haven't taken any Instagram trainings, but I've heard from others that have, that it's good to put your hashtags in the comments instead of in your post. I don't know why that would be. But I'll just put like 10 to 15 hashtags on every picture, because that's how people are going to find you as well. Because people will search by hashtag. Like if they want to do healthy appetizer, for example, so they're going to search hashtag healthy appetizer, or beach fitness, exercises on the beach, or plank challenge, so people will search certain things to find the topics they're looking for, and then they could come across your post. So if you put in some that are general, it'll show you, once you start putting in the hashtag, it'll show you like there might be 3 million other hashtags with this. So that's fine. But like something like hashtag FitFam, everybody uses that, it might get lost. So if you do a unique hashtag, like do you read my hashtags or something like that, if you throw in something that's a little less used, then it's more likely to not just get stuck in the shuffle with everything else. Let me just read a little bit more here, because I know a lot more people posted in the chat. So Nicole said, think about your passions. Should I avoid going hashtag crazy? Nope, I go hashtag crazy. I'll show you my hashtags in a minute. And there was something else I was going to say about Facebook. Oh, so another way that you can get people from your Facebook over to your Instagram. So say you made a dinner, or even if you found somebody else's picture of an awesome meal that has the recipe posted, and I'm going to show you how you can repost somebody's stuff and give them credit. So there's a lot of food bloggers that have way better looking food than, pictures of food than I can create. So a lot of times I'll just use theirs. I'll give them credit for it. And sometimes they'll have recipes attached in it. So what you could do with something like that, you could bring that over to Facebook and say, hey, I just found this awesome recipe of this blah, blah, blah meal. The recipe is attached to this picture on my Instagram. You can find it at like for me, it's Free Range Female. So All right, I'm going to go back and share my screen. I'm going to go over to my Facebook because there's a way that you can attach your Instagram name to your personal Facebook. So hold on. Okay, so we're on my personal page, and if you go up here and you go down to settings, and then the first thing you have here is name. Go to edit. And where it says other names, you can add another name. So I just wrote IG, free range female, and I'll show you what that does. Right here under your name, it says IG, free range female. So most people know, IG means Instagram. So when your friend requesting somebody new, they'll see that you also have an Instagram that's free range female. So that's a way that you can easily get some new people over to your page. All right, and then, all right, I'm gonna go back to sharing my phone screen because now I'm gonna show you a couple apps that are really good. Oh, and I'll show you the hashtags too. Sorry, this takes a second to share the phone screen. Okay. All right, you guys can see my, well, it hasn't loaded yet, but you guys see my Instagram? Okay. Okay, so let's just click on the first one here. So I posted this a few hours ago. Actually, I didn't post too many hashtags on that one. Let me see. Let's just do my random active fitness today. So those are some examples. So I probably did about 10 or so for that one. Oh, so free range female is my screen name. So I'll always put that in there as well. I'll try to remember to put that, because you're kind of branding yourself too. So that's something that people might see, and then they'll click on that, and then they'll see a lot of other pictures of yours. So that's a good way to, let me see this one. Let me find one. Oh, here's what I did with Nicole and Nicole. And then that was like an example of the hashtags I would use for an invite. So I just do a bunch with that. All right, and then how to look at what you're liking. So if you do Instagram and you want to make sure that you're liking appropriate things, you want to go up to the little settings right there, I think. Yeah, and then go down here to posts you've liked. And I haven't actually liked any of these posts myself. This is all Instagram that has liked these. These are all today. So, you want to just check to make sure they're, for the most part, appropriate. Or if they're not, like if I want to just uncheck that, I'll just unlike it, if there's something that's inappropriate. So when I go into my likes, a lot of these, like here where it says kids lunches, liked your comment. That was one of my little Instagram comments. I didn't comment that. Okay. All right, so now apps. So in terms of making kind of, semi-professional looking pictures. So first, if you see somebody's picture that you really like in your lot, like this picture right here, I am not that artistic, nor am I that good of a cook. So I did not create this. This is just somebody that I came across through a hashtag that I searched. I might have searched Taco Tuesday. I might have searched paleo tacos. I don't know. So I came across this, and I wanted to post it myself. So I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to go home, and let's go to search paleo tags. Let's do paleo grubs and see what that is. So say this one, for example, I wanted to post that. Let me see if it has a recipe. No. All right. So what you're going to do is right up here where there's the 3 dots, you're going to click on that, and you're going to hit copy share URL. So it links to Clipboard. So then I'm going to go home, and there is this free app called Repost. So get that. Once you click on that, it's going to show the thing that I just, hopefully, yep. So click on that, and then actually, this is a free app unless you want to get rid of this, which I do because I want to make it look a little bit nicer. So I think it's like 99 cents once to get rid of that. So then you can just hit on this little blank screen and it gets rid of it. Then you repost it. Copy to Instagram. It just automatically takes you to Instagram, and then you just go through like you would normally post. You're going to hold your finger down to paste it. I'm not going to actually post this, but what I would write is so it's from this chick at Paleo Delights. So you can just write something like this. Oops. And then you just put at, and then right before, this is all her wording, so I don't want to steal it. I'm just going to write repost so they know it's a repost, and then that's just all her stuff. I would probably delete click on my bio because we don't want people clicking on my bio. And then sometimes she has hashtags, or the person has hashtags, you can use theirs, or then you can just start hashtagging away. Put all your regular hashtags in there that you want. So, and then it would just post on your page. Let me get rid of that. So that's one way that you can kind of easily get a lot of awesome, just going to quit this. Awesome, easy posts. Another one that I use a lot is, well, there's a couple here. So I really like Ripple. That's one that I use for any kind of videos. So I'll just show you some past. So like all these are past videos that I've done before. And the good thing about these is it kind of, if you post these to Facebook, it'll show how many people have looked at it because it's a video. So even if you only get a couple likes, it might show like 75 people looked at it and 10 people liked it. So you still know people are kind of looking at your stuff because it's posted as a video. So those are some of the past ones that I've made with this. This one is not free. It's like $10 a month. I'll show you some free ones though. These are super, super easy to make. You just add a picture, just write something, and then you pick whichever, whichever type of video you want, and it plugs it in for you. So that's RIPL, Ripple. Facetune is pretty awesome. So here's a picture. All you do is, like, if I want to whiten my eyes, you can kind of just make them a little bit whiter. The same works for teeth. Go sparingly, because if your teeth are already white, you're going to make you look like a crazy person like that. But it can whiten your teeth. You can erase it if you feel like you made them too white. It can kind of smooth out any blemishes that you have. You can put like filters. Let me see. You could change the texture like that. You could change the lighting, darken it. So that's a good one for, any kind of a selfie type of a picture. And then I really like Word Swag. I use this one a ton. So you can either pull one of your own pictures, like, all right, let me just pull a picture from your camera roll. So if I want to do like my friend and I, like I could just pull this picture, crop it if I wanted to, and then just add a word in. So you just double tap. And then you can pick all kinds of different types of fonts that you want for this. And just like place it however you want it. There's so many different fonts in here that you can pick from. I use that one a lot. So that's a good one to do if you just want to put words over your picture. And then another one I use a lot is, let me find it. Pick, play, post. So all my random acts of fitness type stuff I'll do on here. So you can just take a video and, here, let me see. So like if I want to do a video, maybe this one, I want to do it for like 15 seconds. This is one I did yesterday. I just set up a camera on the ground. Wherever I want to start it, I'll just start it there, use it. And it just does a 15-second video. And then you can X out of that. You can connect it. You can add music. You can hit video audio to get rid of any background noise. And then you can add your own music. This will hook up to your iTunes. So then you can just add anything from your own music in there. Beware if you do put music in there. Facebook has a thing now where they're not allowing a lot of different songs. So I'll do something like this one, Crooklyn Clan. This is just like a random mixed CD from a DJ that's not, I can't use like, any of the, like Chris Brown or, Bob Sinclair. I can't use anything like that. But if you just had like a random, something that was saved from the internet, then you can use that. Or I think you can use their music too. They have their own stuff in here. Yeah, you can use any of their music too. So that's pick, play, post. Let me unshare. Just check out the chat. Any questions about any of that stuff, you can just unmute if you want. I know there's a lot of chat in here. I haven't been looking. Oh, to put your comments in the post. They say to put it in the comments so your post isn't all bunched together. So what I do so that it's not bunched together is I will just do the little period and I'll do space, like return, period, return, period, return. So when you're reading the post, you won't even see it, or it'll go to the read more part. So that's what I usually do. I'll just do that. So it kind of goes, you have to scroll down to actually see it. I don't think I missed any questions in the chat. Do you guys have any questions on any of that stuff? Let me just look at my notes while I'm here, see if there's anything I missed.
Wait, so Nicole, can you just say, Nicole, Heather, it says Nicole under your name. Can you just say again, so like in order to create the space, you have to do a period and then return? Like it won't do it with any other punctuation mark?
No, you could use another punctuation mark, or you could do little arrows or something.
Mine's always all bunched together, no matter what I've tried.
Do you mean a space between your hashtags?
No, like if I write a sentence and then I want a space between the other sentence, I type it all out the right way, but then it's all like smushed together on Instagram.
Oh, I think mine just makes a space. Let me look on my Instagram. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, so Heather's looking. I know that they update it and make changes to that sometimes. So like Instagram's basically always making updates based on like the most recent update. I know I can't have a space between. But the trick is you can't have double punctuation. So double punctuation combines it into like one paragraph, and an emoji counts as a punctuation. So you can't do like exclamation smiley face. That will automatically take out any space between like two paragraphs. Yeah. And then also like sometimes I'm like OCD in how it looks. It's not even enough space really.
Yeah.
So you can put like a period or like a dash on the line below. And if you go back to my post, you'll see that, and that'll create like that separation too.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But yeah, it's double punctuation, takes out any space, and emoji is a punctuation.
Damn it. My double exclamation marks have been killing me. I get way too excited. All right, cool. Thank you.
So I think that is kind of everything I can think of that I've done. Like I said, I don't spend a ton of time thinking about it. Like I don't use it too much at this point to communicate with people, to find people, to start conversations, because you really want to focus your time on one or the other. If you're going to do Facebook or Instagram, like these are some easy ways that you can kind of build up your Instagram. If you're focusing more on Facebook, you don't want to get overwhelmed and be doing both. But, I just figured these are some easy ways to kind of, build it up and build up your following while you're focusing on other things. And then you do have plenty of people to look at when you do need to start conversations with people down the road. And, when you have more of a following, it shows that people are picking up what you're putting down, and you do have some kind of interest creates more interest. So that's a good thing too. If you have more than 200 followers or something, then other people are going to come to your page and say, oh, wait a minute, what's she doing that, like maybe I should follow this chick to see what she's doing too. So you just keep putting interesting stuff out there, and definitely get Instagram. Let it do the work for you. You don't have to be bothering liking and commenting on people's posts all day when that'll do it for you, and it's super cheap. So that's pretty much it. If anybody doesn't have any other questions. Additionally, if you guys want to do a 5 a.m. workout tomorrow, Nicole Griman, I'll be there, and maybe Nicole O'Neill, I don't know. But I can post the link again on the team page, the Zoom link.
Thanks, Heather. And I want to just say the one thing, guys, if you haven't checked out her page yet or even her Facebook, Heather is so consistent. So she has pinpointed what her brand is all about and what value she adds to her followers. So she builds followers because people know what to expect from her. Every morning they get a morning mantra. They look ahead to when she's going to do a random acts of fitness. They know on Tuesday she does taco recipes. She's very consistent in the messages she puts out there, so people know what to expect from her. So she not only gets followers, but she maintains followers. So if you haven't taken time to really think about your brand, that's probably another call we can do. We haven't done that one for a while, but to really figure out the pillars of your brand, because that's the value you add to people. And we always say you have to add free value, and the free value is just what you love and the things that you're good at and your passions, because that's how you're going to relate to other people like you. So definitely check out her page. You're not going to duplicate her page because you're not Heather, but you'll be able to see how consistent she is and that people know what to expect from her. And I think when people know what to expect from you, then they get excited to keep up. And if it's every Monday you do a motivational post, and every Monday they're going to come to see what you have. So that's kind of a really big thing you can learn from her. She's so freaking consistent. It's really impressive. So thank you, Heather. Does anyone have any announcements or anything that they want to shout out before we wrap up for the night? No? All right. Well, thank you, ladies, as always, for being here. Love seeing your beautiful faces. And we will see you soon. Okay, ciao.
Bye.